Economic anxiety pushes people to look for an escape hatch from the traditional workforce. Everyone wants a reliable safety net, and lately, the promise of artificial intelligence looks like the perfect shortcut to effortless wealth. William Basta and Jeremy Leung knew exactly how to target this desire. They built an enterprise called Ascend Ecom. To find their marks, they bypassed cheap internet ads and went straight for credibility. The founders embarked on a calculated media tour across established business podcasts. Sitting behind the microphone, they casually boasted of managing hundreds of employees and operating massive physical warehouses in Dallas, Texas. It projected absolute corporate stability. Curious, this brings us to Blanca. She was looking for a way to supplement her income and secure her financial future. She even tried to do her homework to spot potential scams, but the slick presentation and authoritative podcast appearances won her over. The pitch was tailored perfectly to her needs. Ascend claimed they possessed proprietary artificial intelligence that would completely automate her new e-commerce storefront. As Blanca told federal investigators, it seemed like a fair trade for not doing any work. To get consumers to hand over their life savings, Ascend offered a powerful closer, a guaranteed buyback program. If the AI failed to deliver the massive passive income they promised, the company would simply buy the business back, stripping away the perceived risk. Firm, Ascend operated as a highly converting digital trap, weaponizing the American dream of passive income to systematically dismantle $25 million of consumer wealth. The moment a client signed the contract, the financial extraction began. Ascend hit victims with massive upfront franchise or coaching fees, typically demanding anywhere from $35,000 to $60,000 just to turn the system on. When a client attempted to pay this fee with a credit card, Ascend flatly refused. Instead, they funneled every transaction into direct, irreversible wire transfers. Credit card networks offer robust consumer fraud protections under federal law. Wire transfers do not. By forcing the use of wires, Ascend stripped their victims of their primary mechanism for financial recourse when the business failed. Once the initial money was wired and the store opened, Ascend followed up with secondary invoices. They told clients the AI needed tens of thousands of dollars more for initial inventory that often turned out to be highly inflated or completely non-existent. This onboarding phase functioned as a dedicated fee extraction engine designed to lock the victim into a sunk cost fallacy, where they felt compelled to keep paying just to protect their initial investment. To keep the operation running, the founders had to outrun a growing trail of negative reviews. They rebranded into names like ACV Partners and Ethics Capital, forming and dissolving LLCs across multiple states to hide the money trail from regulators. When federal investigators finally looked under the hood, the illusion vanished. The proprietary, cutting-edge artificial intelligence they marketed heavily to clients simply didn't exist. Instead of sophisticated algorithms, Ascend was using high-risk dropshipping and retail arbitrage tactics. These are manual methods that third-party platforms like Amazon and Walmart explicitly prohibit. Because the entire model was built on direct policy violations, Amazon's internal risk algorithms quickly flagged the newly minted storefronts. The accounts were permanently suspended, leaving victims with lifetime seller bans and thousands of dollars tied up in dead inventory. The operation was a digital house of cards, engineered to trigger compliance failures while leaving the consumer holding the regulatory bag. With their savings gone and their Amazon accounts banned, desperate clients tried to invoke the safety net that hooked them in the first place, the guaranteed buyback clause. Ascend categorically refused to honor it. A victim named Jamaal Sanford had lost $35,000 to the scheme. Hoping to warn others, he posted a truthful review of his experience on Trustpilot. In response, Sanford received a terrifying email. The sender claimed to represent a Russian shadow team. The message included his home address, his highly sensitive social security number, and the specific college his daughter attended. The email demanded he delete his negative review immediately, explicitly stating, "Do not play tough guy. You have nothing to gain by keeping the reviews and everything to lose by not cooperating." In the business opportunity market, a pristine digital reputation is the primary asset for acquiring new leads. The operators protected that asset by escalating from financial fraud into criminal extortion, using terroristic threats to silence their victims. The scale and viciousness of the fraud triggered a massive federal response. The Federal Trade Commission launched Operation AI Comply, spearheaded by Chair Lina Khan, to definitively prove there is no AI exemption from consumer protection laws. The FTC hit Ascendicom with overwhelming legal force. They secured an ex parte temporary restraining order, dropping a total and immediate freeze on all corporate and personal bank accounts associated with the founders. The court appointed a federal receiver to assume total control. The receiver physically locked down the corporate premises, removed the founders, and seized all servers and digital infrastructure to stop the bleeding. The court levied a $25 million judgment and ordered the forced liquidation of the founders' real estate to fund consumer refunds. Basta and Liang were also handed permanent, lifetime bans from the industry. Definitive. This combination of permanent industry bans and total asset forfeiture establishes a clear precedent. Tech-washed extortion now results in the total financial annihilation of its architects.